Hey everyone, Christine Demorier here. Welcome to your April directives for numerology, the personal year cycle. This is going to be probably a 20-minute video, I'm thinking. And what I'm going to do is cover what's going on in April for the energy of that we're all moving through. And then I'm going to quickly snapshot each personal year number so you know what your target is. From there, guys, I need to consolidate all of the hands I've got going in the fire, and give you the meat that you're looking for, which is the written out do's and don'ts in detail. And that's over at 12listen.com. It's all free. That's where I work as an intuitive counselor and have for the last 15 years. Just go to my homepage and it'll all be there for you. All right. How to figure out what your personal year number is. And then the write-ups for the month for April. I've got to get around to finishing up. I'm working on a classical album. This is my artist channel after all. And numerology for me is more of a hobby than it is my passion. But it is math and music is math. So it goes together. Okay, let's dive in. If you like what's going on here, hit that subscribe button. And any questions or comments, go ahead and you can ask right here in the feed. April is a month of structure and it's a month of building, and it's an incredibly important month for all the pins. We have to think about what it is that we're doing in this year itself, and what have we put out that requires structure, like a solid catch point that has got some well thought out steps that we have aligned our actions with in order to produce long-term results that we're seeking. In that way, if you think about this is the 4th month of this 12-month run, your personal year is moving through this 12-month sprint run, and in this or marathon run, it's a marathon run. And in this month, this 4th month of the 12-month cycle, we are officially moving into the 2nd quarter. And that means that there are only 2 quarters left. This oracle is an action-based oracle of to-dos more than it is an informative, leisure, sit back and learn something interesting oracle, descriptive oracle. It's a get up and do oracle. So what I want everybody to focus on for April is to look at the different places in life, your life specifically, that is asking for you to build solid structures, whether it's thinking, getting your thoughts in alignment with your game plan, if it's actually building something, building a leg of your business, or building a family. That's also a part of this year. And what is the infrastructure that's needed to support it that is not skipping steps? 4 energy has its own intelligence, which is infrastructure. And if you miss retaining walls in a house, you're gonna have a problem if you want to build on top of it at some point, right? It needs something to support your future growth. So that's 4. Now I'm gonna run through your personal year numbers. These directives that I'm going to give you are just basically your target. You should at this point already know what your personal year number represents. And the global year, what does this represent? The 9 frequency. Every personal year number, every human, whether they know what their pin is or not, is walking through and experiencing a 4 and has the opportunity to line up their actions with their intentions, and to make sure that they don't skip steps for their own personal growth and prosperity across the board of life. This is a benefiting you. So 1, your bogey is 5. That's your target in April. And what that basically means is the 5 frequency is about freedom, backed by discipline. And it's kind of in alignment with what's going on here with the 4 energy of April. So that's great. That means there's a support system there for you. For all the 1-pinners with this 5 frequency bogey of the freedom to do, to be, to try new things, to experience new things, what that translates to in my world is bring something new into your world. Actively go out of your way to bring something new into your world that's adding to the stability point that you are creating in your life. But bring in flavor, bring in something that has got new, the fabulous. I've always wanted to. So it's something that is not a known in your life, and it's not repetitive. It's unknown in your life. I would like to bring that in as a experience that is a part of your daily actions or weekly actions, something new. All right, and just front load that. Think about your bogey and your target. Is that it? What that looks like is, if it's in your business, it's then you would add something new to your list. For all the 1-pins, you built something last month anyways. So how are you going to take it out and throw darts and see what sticks for your business, for commerce, for building more financial security, or the goal for more financial security or expansion and growth, right? If it's sitting inside of your personal self and you've got goals to get your health in better order, then it's taking yourself out there and trying different things to see what fits for you. If it's sitting in a relationship, then you are going to do something new. It's new. Try new things. Get out there. Throw darts. Okay? That's 1. 2s. Your target and your bogey is 6. 2 plus 4 is 6. That's the math. And April's a 4-month. 6, darlings, is it can be a tricky number. It's the number of the visionary. And it also requires that you practice a deep appreciation for imperfection. Yes. So a lot of times when we bump into a 6, specifically in a 2 relational year, we can kind of get information overload, because we're deep in the weeds of relating with other people and trying to find that beautiful balance between this is where I end and this is where you begin. And also cooperation and giving and sharing equally, in equal measure. Making sure that there is a balance in your community and your relationships, and that it is respectful for the good of everybody. Yeah, and that includes yourself. So you in business and you in the work that you're doing and the goals that you're dreaming up for your life, you have a vision. And in executing that vision, oftentimes there is lots of imperfections, moments of whoopsie doodles, right? It's either your whoopsie doodle, or if you're teaching, when you're collaborating with somebody else, it's their whoopsie doodle. And to find the beauty in imperfectionism, and to learn from the mistake and to move on and to grow and to experience joy as you move through that towards your vision, because it's never a straight line from A to B. Energy doesn't move in straight lines anyway. It's circuitous, and it goes down these deep and interesting pathways, and so relax, guys. Otherwise, at the end of the day, end of the month, it's like cleaning your bathroom with your toothbrush. You're the only one that's going to be interested or willing to do that insane act. And what you'll have at the end of the month is a very clean bathtub or bathroom. And that's what you'll have. You just take the blinders off of the sometimes it can be debilitating, it's incapacitating if perfectionism takes over your life. Relax, you can see the bigger vision, but also just relax around the oopsie doodles and mistakes, including your own. And it should be a lovely month. 3s, you're working with the 7. 3 personal years, you're working with the 7 frequency. And the 7 frequency, this is your bogey, this is your target, your goal. You're gonna get better at building this up. Decalcify your heart, kids. Decalcify that old beating heart in here. And decalcification of the heart basically means just break down the protection mechanisms, because why are they there? Do they serve you? If you felt your connection, if you felt your innate connection with your heart chakra, your heart center, how would you be living your life differently? What would you be doing differently? How would you be talking, communicating? What would be the words that you would be using? They would not be sitting in victim perpetrator dynamics, blame, shame, guilt, back and forth, really, really horrifyingly long game of ping pong. It would be different choices of words that you are empowered by, and then that then empowers others. That is the wisdom of the heart. There isn't a person on this planet that hasn't had to go through decalcifying their heart at different points in their life. And it's how we metabolize trauma, how we metabolize grief, how we metabolize pain and suffering and sadness and loss. It's how we literally, energetically metabolize that resonance field of blame, shame, of loss and trauma. And catch ourselves when we start going into blame, shame, and guilt. Which just goes nowhere, That's a very smelly toilet bowl that has never been flushed. And so the same stuff continually is in that space. Decalcify your heart, 3 pinners, and work on that. That's your bogey. That's your target. And then that's mic drop for you. Work on that, front load that every single day. Get better at it. Get better at it. Get better at it. And the process, again, you guys, the write-ups are over at 12listen, okay? And I help you a little bit farther in the details of that. That's a big bogey. Yeah, I'm serious. If we can just think about, if we take this one directive and align our actions and our intentions with lining up with that, knowing that it's going to switch next month, and that there's a reason for it, there's a purpose for it, and it's beneficial to us, then you're going to do it. All right. Fours, you're bogey and your target is an 8. The 8 energy, is about your beautiful balance with the utilization of power in order to gain your abundance. And abundance for a lot of people is wealth and money, stuff and things. There's also abundance of generosity and community and family and love and relationship and virtues as well. Your definition of abundance, however, is always birthed through how you utilize power. And it is power over or power under. So you are either gathering your abundance through control, manipulation of other people, or it's through loving support of helping other people, because your abundance is in helping them succeed their abundance. Yeah? Proper utilization of power. That's your target. And building a solid infrastructure around it. That's the 4 frequency, that the terrain. The energy that's coming up from Mother Earth as you're doing your 5K run is build it, and they will come. Build it, build it, build it, build it. Actions lining up with your intentions. All right? 5s, how am I doing time? Fine. Okay, 5s, your target for April is 9, and that is integrity and wisdom. So it's integrity that's piped through wisdom. And building a solid structure around that. Now, 5s, this is something that find some breath in, because integrity birthed through wisdom gives you breath. It gives you peace, contentment, and calm, because you know that that whatever you're building, it is genuinely innocent in its purity. And I'm not this is real. This is real boots on the ground stuff. To have your bogey be thinking about living in alignment with integrity. What does that mean? Backed by wisdom. What does that mean? A deep well of wisdom. What's wise? What's wise is love. What's wise is unconditional love. What's wise is kindness, compassion, generosity, incredible grace, inclusion, inclusive behaviors. That's wisdom, right? Forgiveness. That's wisdom. And that's also then part of the part of integrity where your acts of integrity are being piped through a deep well of heart-centered wisdom. The heart only knows one beat, and that's unconditional love. And it certainly doesn't serve us when we get stuck in blame, shame, guilt, ping pong matches. Stephen Sondheim wrote a great piece in Into the Woods, And I always, it's always going on in my head when I talk about this. So it's your fault. So it's your fault. So it's your fault. In the first place, second place, just this back and forth blame. And yet the 9 frequency, it says, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. What matters is that you're building a life based on your truth from your deep centered heart that knows that there's all there is here is unconditional love and the ability to act in that integrity in your life, because you got to go. You got to move forward. You got to go. Well, one thing else I want to say for the 5 pins with the 9 frequency, start giving stuff away. If you are feeling stuck, you guys, and I know I'm going a little bit farther, if you're feeling stuck, just start giving things away, because it produces the beginning of flow of generosity and sharing generously, and it opens up the heart to people that that they need it. 6 frequency. You guys are working with a 1 energy, and that basically means your bogey and your target is creating something new this month that is solely yours. And you're going to need to find some self-confidence and self-assuredness to back it. So giddy up and go. Whatever that means to you, that is new, that you want to stick. And you want to have it be an active part of your life. New ideas, new way of thinking, new way of doing, new leg to your business, new idea for this project. Get it down, get it going, okay? New way of being, new way, just new. Raw energy, taking that raw energy and making something out of nothing. Make something out of nothing. Make sure it's from your unique creative self. And don't you go worrying about other people not getting it. You just go do it. You go do it and you create it. Okay? 6s. 7s, 2 frequency. Your bogey is 2. This is going to be difficult for the 7, but I know you can pull it off. The 2 is about talking and communicating with people, collaborating with people, and being incredibly thought-filled and present and joy-filled and optimistic while you're in active cooperating action with people or groups. And that it is a give and take situation. It's a 50-50 split, that you are giving as much as you are receiving. And that is the definition of diplomacy. This is your bogey. This is your target. To share generously, to share of your time and your intellectual resources or your emotional capacity to love, and that it is in a balanced state. So when you're done, you're done. When enough is enough, enough is enough. And then you wrap the session, and you go take care of the rest of your life. And that way it's something that's going to be really good for the 7 in this intimate love space, because there's a lot of love in 2. There's a lot of creativity in 2. There's a lot of experiencing, social gatherings in 2. That's all in the write-ups. So just your bogey is diplomacy in one-to-one communication, okay? 8 pins. Your target is a 3 for April. And in the 3, this is about speaking. So it's all about the spoken word that is piped from the heart chakra. And what does that mean? This is the seat of your soul. This is This is connected to how fabulously wondrously unique you are. And speaking from that place is incredibly self-empowered and filled with self-love and self-value, self-honor, self, everything just yummy about what makes you so beautiful. And so speaking from that place inspires others to do the same. The tricky part about the 3 frequency is in speaking your truth with unabashed love and joy and inspiration and creativity and exuberance and excitement and all those wonderful things, is we oftentimes don't feel like we're safe to do that. Your bogey is to try out your words to see if it's safe to do that. That's your bogey. And you're going to get better at it and better at it because you're in the month of 4 of building that, so that it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. Solid foundations. It looks like 8 pins. Just pivot away from how you normally would react in your speech. Try a little thing here, and then try a little thing over there, and then try this one out here. But make conscious decisions about how you're speaking and what it is that you would like to pivot towards and away from, all right? And last but not least, the 9s, my baby 9s. You guys this month are in, your bogey this month is a 4 target. And the 4, as we've been talking ad nauseum about, is about solid structure, stability, and order. And so inside a solid structure, stability, and order month. And what I would tell the 9s with, because 9s, you have a double 9 and double 4, and you're just going to have a doubling of each month moving forward. Your actions aligning with, so if your bogey and your focus is building stability and structure, and your actions are going to align with building that stability and structure, it's a really focused month based on looking around and making decisions about what it is that you do want to build up and what needs to be shored up. If you're in the process of breaking down something and closing down shop, what is the process of systematically, effectively, and efficiently closing down that leg, that sector, all right? So, because that also is connected to the 9 frequency. This is a year of cleaning up what no longer works for you, what has outlasted its usefulness, what needs to be cleared out, relationship, business, personal behaviors and choices, ways of living, in order for you to have the space to create next year. And you have these little pockets inside of this year as well, where you will be beginning that process. You've built in the last 9-year cycle, wherever you're at, you guys, how many cycles you've done this, and you keep what is working and you let go the pieces, you trim the tree for what needs to go. And no part of life is excluded from that process. So if this month is a building month for you, which means put in place, systemized, ordered, structured, well thought out action, get your shoes on, get your boots on, get ready to work out and get things proper, tidy, get the construction going. What is it that needs to be built in order for there to be long-standing benefits in the long run? You guys are going into a 5 next month. It has nothing to do with 4. So if you got a business launch that you're thinking about, you better make sure that you put in the time and the work to get it done. Because at the end of the day, there will be nobody to blame but yourself. I'm warning you now, okay? Forewarned is forearmed. That is it, you guys. Go over to 1-2 Listen, and they are all there for you. Very clear written out to do and to don't lists. And I am sending all of you just so much love. I am your biggest cheerleader, and I will talk to you in May.